touchline continues, but this time round it's matters international football. And Liverpool will be playing against Manchester United. Their record against the Red Devils, 20-time English Premier League champions, hasn't been that good, despite the fact that United are struggling, lying 12th on 20-team log. Their supporters say that United will be pulling a surprise against the Reds, who are the Champions League winner and currently the table toppers. Of course, it's the fan zone. My name is still Maxwell Wasike. Fred Openda still with us. Eric Aganya joins us, and now he's a Man United diehard. He's telling me that United would defy all odds. Give me the details, Eric.
I have a lot of confidence. Thank you, Maxwell. I have a lot of confidence that United will defy all odds, contrary to opinion of other people. Because if you look at, as you said, history and the records at Old Trafford, it is a very, for a very long time, Liverpool have not won. The best they have achieved there is a draw last season, 0-0. I still believe that Manchester United will pull a surprise, especially with their pacey forwards, because the problem has been the scoring and not the defending.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes,
which pacey forwards are you talking about?
We're about Anthony Martial.
He's back by the way from the sidelines.
To feature in that game.
I don't think he'll be able to just rush him back into the starting 11.
He won't start.
I don't think he should be starting.
He won't start. He will come in. Remember, if you've been following Liverpool, Manchester United, there was a time he came in the second half and he did the damage. And that's what I'm banking on. When we just signed him.
Remember, you're talking about a United team that was so played very awkward football, if I can put it so, 2 weeks ago against Arsenal at Old Trafford, that they could not the pace of James, the kid James, would not do damage to the right back position of Arsenal, that we don't have a starter right now. So I don't think he'll be able to, because look at the fullbacks of Liverpool.
Yes.
Look at Alexander Arnold. Look at the other wing. Yes. Yeah. Actually, the pace, I don't think the pace being a problem for Liverpool tomorrow.
I tend to disagree, because if you look at the setup of Liverpool, they are relying so much on crosses from the wings.
Exactly.
These kids will not come up.
They will.
Because James will be there. You see, there's the fear of the counter. And Manchester United is known for the counter attack. We hit them on the counter. That fear itself. And I know Klopp will come to play an open game. He's not the kind of manager who will go and defend.
Okay, as you are saying,
that's what you're banking
of course, in football, there are surprises. We saw Wolves doing damage at the Etihad, last time out. But okay, we are going to wait and see. You are going to go into this match without a Pogba in that midfield, and you without Pogba in that midfield, I think is a little bit down. Having McTominay and Matic and Fred. Actually, Fred has been awful in the past few games he's played. So if you're going to miss a Pogba in that midfield, then you're going to have problems going up against the likes Wijnaldum and the Fabinhos. So you are going. Manchester United actually are going to sit back, as you are saying, and wait for the counters. And for the counters, for the man in Virgil van Dijk, who knows really how to time his runs and the way he goes forward, I think he'll have a bit of problems. But if you are going to get one or two chances and take them, maybe you might pull a surprise against a Liverpool team that have not have won all their opening 8 matches.
Let's just look at the statistics between the encounters of these two teams since English Premier League title was incepted. Few years ago, 3 wins for Liverpool, who have scored 254 goals. Of course, the teams have met 192 times. This one will be there 193rd, and of course the 51 draws have been witnessed between the two. United winning more times than Liverpool, 78 wins, and they have scored 269. Now, Eric, Liverpool being boosted by the return of Joel Matip, the defender who has partnered very well alongside Virgil van Dijk, and Mo Salah, who has not had a good record against United, is likely to be on the sidelines. But do you think defensively now they are solid at the back?
Liverpool are solid at the back because they have the two centre backs are very strong. in Van Dijk and Joel Matip coming in. That is something we have to contend with as Manchester United. And I believe Manchester United tomorrow will not try to hit Liverpool from the centre, because from the centre it will be a tall order. They'll try to hit Liverpool from the sides.
And from the side they have Robertson
and
Trent.
Alexander likes coming forward.
But going back, also remember, he's very fast. He knows how to track back very, very fast.
He knows how to track back, but you see now we combine Alexander and for us we have James coming in, and we have Aaron Van Bissaka coming back. He's also a very good
tracking back.
Yes, tracking back and also going forward.
Yeah.
So I believe Manchester United are going to bank on that. And as he raised earlier on the problem of the midfield, midfield is a problem without Pogba. And that's why Manchester United tomorrow will spread the balls on the wings. Because if you look at the midfield, I think Wijnaldum has done well. Fabinho is really solid. And the best player, in my opinion, for Liverpool has been Sadio Mane. Even when they are not at their best, he comes with an individual brilliance. And that is the player that Manchester United should be really wary of.
Mason Greenwood has renewed his contract. I think he's only the reliable wonder kid Man United have right now as we speak, because Marcus Rashford has been horrible.
Actually, yeah.
Yes.
In United's previous clashes. He hasn't scored, I think, a goal in how many matches since Chelsea 4-0 demolition. And Mason Greenwood, do you think that will give confidence to the young kid?
I think still I'll give Rashford
an edge.
Yeah, exactly, an edge over Greenwood. I saw, was it Paul Scholes saying that he's seen, I think, Greenwood in training, and his finishing is awful. So I think I'll give Rashford still an edge. He scored on international duty.
Yes, against Bulgaria.
Exactly. I think this should maybe give him the motivation that he needs to go into this match that will be highly contested. So I think we should be seeing maybe James, Rashford in that maybe front attack. As you're saying, them getting the balls to Rashford will be key. Remember the ball that was it Pogba gave to Rashford, scoring the second goal against Chelsea. Those type of balls will be the one that might be able to help maybe Manchester United get a goal or two against a Liverpool side that is very, very well disciplined defensively. But unless Matic is going to pull that brilliance and get those balls, or McTominay or Fred, then I think it will be very, very hard for United to break that defense of Liverpool.
I don't think Matic has the capability and the technical ability to pull those kind of balls. He's sluggish, he's more of defensive. And
now he plays in his place tomorrow. Fred is equally disaster.
we are banking on that. And maybe Pereira. And missing Pogba is a big miss for Manchester United, because with Pogba there, you expect he's capable of anything. The supply of balls.
And even the command.
And the command. And this is not just a clash between two teams. This is a very emotional clash between these two teams. The rivalry is so high. So I believe that will also give it an extra injection for these players, everybody to give his best on the field.
But now, if you look at these teams, the most successful, the two teams that are most successful in the English football. Yes. But now, if you look at their trend, the Liverpool are coming up. Man United are just 2 points above the relegation.
Man United is the old Liverpool.
Exactly now, yes. The old Liverpool are not awful as well.
They're awful. Look at the statistics. There's a time they were just behind in the second page.
So I think if you look at the graphs of the two teams, then I think Liverpool are on a very, very good path, and having that little motivation of them having bagged all the 24 points, I think tomorrow might be a little bit tricky for United, even if they are playing at Old Trafford.
On this particular weekend, as we speak, Everton playing against West Ham at Goodson Park, so far scoreless at 10th minute. Aston Villa will be playing later on against Brighton, then Bournemouth play host to Norwich City. Chelsea Football Club, which has been in good form under Frank Lampard with the young kids, Tammy Abraham, Mason Mount, all of them getting a call up to the national team, 3 Lions. They will be playing against a stubborn Newcastle, which beat United 1-0. And you remember the kid who scored for Newcastle?
Longstaff.
Longstaff. Is the brother to Sean, who Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was pursuing. Leicester City play Burnley at the same time. Spurs, which has been horrible under Pochettino, with several players reportedly looking forward exiting the scene, will be playing Watford, quite another stubborn side. Then Wolverhampton Wanderers against Southampton, Crystal Palace against City later on. Crystal Palace beat City last season, and hopefully they will be seeking to continue with the same momentum. But what's happening at Spurs, Fred?
Sometimes these things are hard to explain because they have the players. They signed a very good midfield.
Champions League finalists, they finished third on the log last season. Then
this is the same squad that Pochettino had, except Ndombele, who has come into the midfield. So I really fail to understand why it is happening the way it's happening. I think maybe the coach has lost the touch with his dressing room, but I saw Ken saying that they're behind their coach. So being the captain, these are the types.
He's not the captain. The captain is Hugo Lloris.
Oh, actually, yeah. He's the assistant captain. Yes. Yeah. So I think for him right now, Hugo Lloris is out till
injured. So
till 2020. I think he should be now the leader in that field. If they are not going to get points from now up to January, then trust me, Pochettino may be looking to maybe go elsewhere. I had maybe United were looking to maybe poach him from Tottenham, but he said he'd rather stays 5 years longer at Tottenham because as it looks, United are looking like a sinking ship. So he better stays at Tottenham and tries to stabilize the ship, his own ship that he has right now. But for Tottenham, we really fail to understand what's really happening because the players are there. They have a very good midfield, good defense. Although the guy, the English right back was very, very sluggish in the loss of England. Was it to Sweden or to Ukraine? Something like that. Yeah. So they should be able to just get their mantle back and maybe try to get a few points as we go into the December holidays.
I'm told Christian Eriksen has got a feud and they don't see eye to eye with, I think, is it Toby or Vantogen? Both of them looking forward to leave Tottenham Hotspur. And, those two are integral part of Spurs. Does that complicate the situation further?
I think the main problem, as my friend here said, is that unity in the dressing room. And contrary to what Ken will say, you find that with Christian Eriksen having a feud with the coach, there are a few other players who will align with Christian Eriksen.
And a friend of mine was joking that, by the fact that coach is frustrating our very own Victor Wanyama, that was the start of their predicament.
So I think Tottenham are going to have it rough because in also my personal opinion, I think Pochettino has overachieved. There's nothing else he can offer.
Sure.
Yes. The final was the best.
I think for Tottenham,
he has.
Because Daniel Levy has failed to facilitate him.
Yes. After the season,
let's assume Daniel Levy gave Pochettino a lot of money to purchase players. Pochettino, I think, can surpass what he did last season.
Exactly, and there's nothing else he will offer more. And in my opinion, he should have left when the season
when
Madrid really wanted him. After the final, it was his time to leave. Because I don't think, if you look at his history, he has been having a problem finishing the season. This time around, he has a problem even starting
the season.
So he's in trouble. Tottenham are in trouble.
Another aspect, Massimiliano Allegri himself, the big man, formerly at Juventus, now being linked with a move to United. Come on now, this United is being just like another team, exchanging managers in a span of they months. David Moyes replacing Sir Alex Ferguson. He didn't last longer. The big man, a man of philosophy, Louis van Gaal, the Dutchman, the veteran came. He didn't last longer. But at least, courtesy of him, a lot of young talents were came into limelight. Then Moyes left. Jose Mourinho, a man with big ego, I love him. He left. Now, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, the legend, being rumored to leave after a string of poor performances. Can Allegri bring something on board?
First, I heard Allegri saying that he doesn't know enough English to coach United.
He's taking lessons.
He's taking lessons, but he said he still doesn't have enough enough English that he needs to coach United. Look at Emery at Arsenal; he's struggling. He's struggling with his English, but he's a man of experience, having coached at the Italian league. Lifted 5 consecutive league titles with Juventus, but remember, that's a league where maybe
there is monopoly.
Yeah, there's monopoly.
No much competition.
Exactly, no much competition as compared to England. It remains to be seen if then he comes on board. Then we'll see at that time. I can't really say.
He's not coming. Reason being, I don't think he will come. Reason being, Manchester United right now will not want to appear like a firing club.
Yes.
So I believe
like FC Leopards.
Yeah, I believe they are going to give Ole Gunnar some time, and they are going to support him in January and bring in some reinforcement, and see how the season turns to. If you listen to Ed Woodward, he said that this season is rebuilding. So I believe they want to rebuild a team and not win trophies. I have my doubts also, even if Ole Gunnar is sacked, I have my doubts on Allegri, because as you said earlier on, Allegri has only been able to win the Italian league with Juventus. Nobody has failed to do that with Juventus. His record in the Champions League, when he had the big names, he has not been able. So he is yet to prove himself.
Paul Pogba was pictured with Zinedine Zidane, the Real Madrid coach and French legend, and the World Cup winning player and the Champions League winning coach in Dubai, and it was reported that he was attending to medication after his injury. Is Pogba leaving United for Real? Is it high time United hierarchy can throw in the towel and say, come on, man, leave for Los Blancos?
Yeah, the sensible thing will be to throw in the towel and allow him to leave. But I think United will try to hold on to him despite him wanting to leave, also because of the brand, Pogba as a brand, what he brings on board on commercial front. And also, truth be told, he's the only big player we have in Manchester right now.
Alongside David De Gea, maybe? The two
maybe
players?
David De Gea. Those are the only two, maybe. Because Harry Maguire is good. He's yet to prove himself in Manchester United.
Just a prospect.
A prospect, good potential. But the other players are just average players. That's the problem. And you find that the problem...
Others are below
That's the
average.
photo of
Yes.
Paul Pogba himself and Zinedine Zidane. Maybe they will say French connection in quotes. Maybe.
He said they are friends.
Yeah, Zinedine said that he's not going to divulge into anything that they talked about.
But Zinedine Zidane has been a big admirer of Paul Pogba. And maybe the only challenge during the last transfer window was the Real president, who was not really convinced about Paul Pogba. But Zinedine Zidane, as an individual, if he's told to get him today, he will.
I think what the Real Madrid president was trying to avoid is there's this issue with Pogba in the dressing room. He's someone who can destroy the dressing room, but on the pitch,
he's influential.
He's very much influential.
But you see, look at Pogba in Juventus. It depends on whom they are with in the dressing room. Because Juventus, he had big names. He was nowhere. He was
could not talk.
Because you have Pirlo. What will you say when you have Pirlo? It's only that when he came to Manchester, I will use maybe he's among below average players.
The domineering players.
Exactly. Because I'm trying to imagine a dressing room that has Ryan Giggs, Wayne Rooney, Paul Scholes. Paul Pogba will not talk.
Yeah, of course.
And that's why he left in the first place.
Yeah, I think he came into a team.
When Paul Pogba left, when Paul Scholes rescinded on his decision to retire. And he came back, and Pogba thought, I'll not get chances here. Yeah, and that's when he decided to go to Juventus.
Postponement of El Clasico. Real Madrid was just about to play Barcelona next weekend. And talking about that, Barcelona has had good times when they are facing Los Blancos. And it has been postponed. I don't know. Is it
I
a huge
think-
setback to fans who are looking forward to
I don't
the
think
spectacle?
I don't think it's really a huge setback because the La Liga the company has already told them to just to choose the date because it's all about security concerns, and when someone is concerned about your security, I don't think it should be.
Are the concerns legitimate?
Yeah, they are. They are. Let me tell you, those demonstrations are not like the ones we see around. They are very, very because they want to rescind from Spain. They want to have their own country. So I think it's good for them to postpone that and maybe because they wanted it to be moved to Madrid.
To Madrid,
But Barcelona said no, we can't. It's scheduled that we start at home. So let's find another date, and they
You
accepted.
see, in the past we used to watch World Cup and we had Serbia and Montenegro as one team. Nowadays
they're split.
they're split.
Yes.
Are we likely to see a situation where we shall
Catalonia.
have Catalonia as a
And
country
Spain.
because they also have good players coming from those end, and Spain being a parallel nation?
Yeah, because it may be a possibility because if you look at the demonstrations, as you said, they really believe in themselves, the Catalonia, and they believe they deserve to be independent from Spain. And if you look at countries like Russia and Kosovo, Kosovo is now on its own,
Yeah.
and Russia is on its own. So I believe in a matter of time it will, because the demonstrations will not stop, because they don't want to be part of the big Spain. And the sensible thing maybe could have been to start in Madrid rather than postponing the whole thing, because it would interfere with the whole fixture. Would have just switched there and start in Madrid, and then they finish the return leg they play at home.
Racism, it's been a rampant practice in global football, and we've seen wide condemnation from the stakeholders. Gianni Infantino, FIFA president, being on the top end of condemning and criticizing the menace. Moise Kean, Blaise Matuidi being the victim players who suffered through the same. You watched England against Bulgaria. Now, as we speak, even Bulgarian coach resigned yesterday. What's the long-term solution? I've always said, advocated for points docking.
It's a shame that in the 21st century we are talking about racism in football.
Yes.
Because football should be a unifying game. And I liked what the captain, the Bulgarian captain, did. He tried to step in. Even as you say, the coach resigned. The coach resigned after pressure, because if you listen to him after
The match,
yes,
he said that England
he didn't see it. He didn't see it. He said he didn't hear anything.
didn't hear
You see, with such kind of people in football, then it becomes a problem. And I think I would agree partly with what you're saying, that the docking of points, but I think it is high time, in case it happens, the players are facing racism, the team should just walk out of it.
Actually, not okay. That's also another measure. But remember, we should also these fans are seen on TV. People
We
have
have
the
the
information.
CCTV footage.
Exactly.
Yes.
Ban them for life from the stadium.
Or punish the team, because punish the federation by having this team play without fans. We've seen it happening. You play in an empty stadium. At home, you're playing in an empty stadium, you are disadvantaged. I think if we do that, the home teams will try to rain on these fans,
On their fans, to
because
tone down,
to tone down and also to take action against them.
Wow, finally,
Everton are leading.
and they better do, because
courtesy
Marco
of,
Silva is
also
being rumored to be on the axe.
Yeah.
After signing a lot of players, yet he can't deliver. But the resurgence of Tiger Woods, big man himself, the golf master. I think at some point Tiger Woods was the most paid sportsman, the richest, but standards dwindled in between. There have been efforts of his resurgence. Are we looking forward to watching a man on course that we watched a decade ago?
No. Okay, I don't want to look like I don't want to have his resurgence, but we want to see other young lads coming up in the sport and show us what they can do. Because if you're going to look up to someone we'd even forgotten about. What does this show? Are we don't have development in that sport or what?
But back home in Kenya, you call Dennis Oliech.
You keep on recycling him.
You don't have a striker who can fit in his shoes.
No, I think that was a mistake, and we all agree it was a mistake. Look at what has transpired after him going into God team. So I think it was a mistake, and we have seen it was a mistake. So we should be looking forward to the younger lads to show us what they can do. He should be now an inspiration to the young ones, so that they can up their game and come into the limelight of the sport.
Always a pleasure, gentlemen. Eric Aganya,
thank you so much.
Football analyst, alongside Fred Openda, our residential guest co-host, joining us. It's been a pleasure be having you on board from 1 to 3 touchline. Every Saturday we do this. Next time, same place. Of course, us straight after here we go to our RFUA grounds where Safari Sevens is happening. England beat Australia, New Zealand beat Ireland. That is Rugby World Cup ongoing quarter-final stage, and it looks like the two can again meet. You remember we watched that game here when the tournament started, and we're looking forward to sporting extravaganza. Of course, big shout out to our technical team led by Fadila Athmani, Brian Kimani, the likes of Stacy, who've done phenomenal job. Besides the scenes, you know, we have to give them credit, right?
Of course.
Touchline is the show. It continues on Twitter. Let's keep with the conversation. Hashtag Touchline Y254. Maxwell Azika is my name. Have a sporting weekend and God bless. And enjoy Madaraka Mashujaa Day celebrations. And by the way, you didn't tell me you were Mashujaa is. Mashujaa is.
Of course, my mom.
Your mom.
Oh, rest in peace, Dad. So my mom is still around. She's still around, and she was around by the way the other day. I forgot to call you to say hi. When she comes around, I'll call you.
Okay, Eric.
I'll go with the same. My mother. She's still alive. She's the reason we are what I am today.
We celebrate some young man called Ravel. Of course, have a fantastic sporting weekend. God bless you, and thanks for tuning in.